fantastic baseball game. A great climax to a great American League season. Might hinge on this next pitch by Vida Blue. The count is 2 balls, 2 strikes, 0-2 down. There's a runner at first base. Vida gets set. He kicks high. He throws. There's a drive in the center field. Back goes George Hendricks. He is under it. The swinging A's have won the American League Championship. The Oakland A's are champions. The A's are champions. What a riot on the field now, but the riot is not by the Tiger fans. It's by the Oakland A's players mobbing Vida Blue, who has pitched the greatest game of his life. Final score here in Detroit as the A's go to the World Series. Oakland 2, Detroit 1.
Well, it's not the bedlam that we had yesterday because it's a very, very subdued Tiger crowd now. Vida Blue, in one of his most fabulous hours, came on after John Odom had gone the front 5, and Vida today over the last 4 innings was the complete master of the Detroit Tigers. As the ball went deep into center field, Hendricks, with an easy lope of his, went back. Now they've got a whole cordon of police here. They've got a tremendous cordon of police here. The people here have just gone wild now. They've torn down the fences in center field. And this is just complete chaos. Hank Sanger became quite a prophet. He leaned over to me. We had the 2-1 lead. And he says, we've got them all the way.
This ball spread out. He crouches over the plate. The curve in the dirt bounces off to the right. The runners will move up. Backside. Here's the wind up the pitch. Whoa, he walks him. The first to the right. Jackson hits a drive into left field. Way back at the wall. And it is off the wall. Taylor leaped but couldn't get it. Here is Mandel being waved in. The throw will not be in time. There's a swing and a drive to center for a base hit. Blair has scored. The bell goes to third. It's now 2-1 Oakland. Pang. A swing and a miss. He struck it out. Outside fastball, and Baylor went down swinging to end the ball game. And Oakland has clinched it.
Here, that says it all. What must be running through Drago's mind at those strikes? Jim Holt comes down to him. Bouncing ball, this could be it. Doyle to first. Red Sox win it 5-3, and look at them come out of that bench. The Red Sox will be in the World Series. Look at those Red Sox, the American League champions. In 3 straight, the Red Sox defeat the Oakland A's. Look at those Red Sox.
Art Littell delivers high drive, hits it right center field.
That's gone.
It is gone.
Chris Chambliss has won the American League pennant for the New York Yankees. A thrilling, dramatic game with overtones of that great 6th game in the World Series a year ago, and then the 7th game too. What a way for the American League season to end. A spunky young Kansas City team. Look at them mob Chris Chambliss. What a season he has had. What a series he has had.
Ground ball to third. Nettles to Randolph. Double play, and the Yankees have won the pennant. Look at Lyle.
Now, wait a minute. Don't hurt anybody out there. They've got to play Tuesday. Look at them. They're so happy.
Just completely mobbing Sparky Lyle, who has come on to win his 2nd game in a row. He was the winner yesterday. Unbelievable. And just a mark of dejection right there. The shortstop, Freddie Patek.
Reggie don't want to lose his cap. Look at him. Everybody's happy.
Gossage relieving Guidry in the 9th with nobody out. The potential tying run at 2nd. The Goose got 2 quick outs and finally put away Pete Lecoq for the 3rd. And that was it. Celebration time again in New York for the 32nd pennant in Yankee history.
City wins the pennant. The Kansas City Royals turned aside in 76, in 77, in 78, coming into New York and sweeping the American League Championship Series. Greg Nettles, a reflection of the Yankee mood. Quisenberry, Cerrone, the Royals bullpen. And back they go into the clubhouse.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, blooped into short center. Going back as Randolph says he'll get it. He does. He makes the catch. Randolph with a great running catch to Rob Gross. And the Yankees in the midst of a celebration. As no runs on a hit, no errors, and a runner left on. The Yankees win it in 3, and we'll be back with the totals in a moment.
1-2. The shortstop, Yount. Milwaukee has won it. The players may not survive the crush as the crowd is overrunning the field. The ball players will have to fight their way to the clubhouse as the Milwaukee baseball fans who have not had this kind of a day since the Milwaukee Braves played here back in the 60s.
And my wife is in the booth with Bud Selig, and I'm really glad that Milwaukee won because Bud, I know, was as nervous as anybody in the world.
The Brewers still have not been able to reach the dugout. Struggling through this enormous outpouring of appreciative fans who have come swarming onto the field. But the Milwaukee Brewers have won their first American League pennant, defeating the California Angels in the final game of the championship series 4-3. McClure will win it. Ladd will get the save. And Luis Sanchez will take the loss.
Well, when they say if, they will wait till next year. Paciorek strikes out as Dempsey picks it up, throws him out, and the ball game is over. And the Baltimore Orioles are the American League champions of 1983. Joe Altobelli moving out, his first year as manager of Baltimore, and listen to the appreciative Sox fans as they give them a hand, as the Sox look in the dugout to look and see what might have been. But what might have been will have to come at another time, and they will have to wait till next year. Tippy Martinez in the middle, Baltimore out, photographers around, and certainly our congratulations to each and every one of the Baltimore Orioles, especially to manager Joe Altobelli, his coaching staff, as they are the American League champions of 1983.
But it's always a possibility.
Popped up in foul ground and playable, and the Tigers win the pennant. For the first time in 16 years, the Detroit Tigers are the American
The Jays need 2 more base runners to bring the tying run to the plate. Strike 1 to Mosby.
In fact, that was one of the first times we've seen Dick Hauser very mobile at all. And there's Bobby Cox, who is hurting inside right now. This all started way back before March 1st, way last winter.
And this may do it for the Royals. For the second time in their history, they're on their way to the World Series. And almost in a vacuum, the celebration begins. And as you look at Bobby Cox, you realize Leo DeRocher was wrong. Nice guys don't finish last. Sometimes they finish a very close second. But another nice guy is in the middle of that celebration, Dick Hauser, so criticized by some when the record went to 0-11. And so much on top of the world right now.
They had a long way to come back after they went back to Kansas City down by 2. And then they had to win it right here in Exhibition Stadium, where Toronto had one of the best home records in all of baseball.
George Brett got our vote as the MVP of the series. There were other people to consider. We put Dave Steeves second despite the loss tonight. We don't know officially who's going to get that award. We'll have the information for you if we can. There is Brett. Pain etched on the face of Ernie Witt. We have to make a decision about tonight's MVP. What do you think?
Congratulations to the Kansas City Royals.
Sundberg?
Well, Sundberg got the hit off the pole. 3 RBIs. Lebrat was good. Sheridan got a home run, a single, a couple of 3 runs.
The Red Sox are trying to go from last rights to the World Series. And they do.
Baseball minds thought was going to happen.
Any pitch could be the last. Reardon has it. The Minnesota Twins are in the World Series. What an unlikely bunch of champions we're looking at here. And their joy is well earned. The last 24 hours, perhaps the longest of Darrell Evans' career, as we saw him on the Tiger bench. The only pity from the Twins' perspective, that it ended here rather than in front of the home fans at the Metrodome. Can you imagine the delirious scene that would have unfolded there?
And you know, Bob, on the other side of it, what 2 wins in the opposition park. Harmon Killebrew, the great Hall of Famer, right down there with Tom Kelly. But really, what kind of confidence booster will this be when they play those World Series games on the road, knowing they could come into this park and the relievers could do so well, the Beringers, the Schatzers, Reardon finishing this one off, and to get all those timely hits, and especially impressive to me is the defensive plays that they made on the road today.
Gaetti and Brunansky, they've grown up together with this team. Brunansky over from the Angel organization early in his career. Puckett and Herbeck and the others.
They obviously are not even paying attention to Owen down at second. The infield is back. 2 out.
Back goes Gallego, and the Oakland A's have won the American League pennant.
Felix steps out. Here it comes once more. Struck him out. And the Oakland A's have a return engagement in the World Series. Their second consecutive American League pennant. Canseco and the two Hendersons, and Ricky is the MVP. It was unanimous in the balloting by the media. The real celebration will start when they get back to the Bay Area. Here, just some polite applause from the Toronto fans. Their heroes were down 4-0 when Mosby homered in the 8th, and this guy, George Bell, got him started in the 9th. They were able to get one more to pull to within 4-3. But for Toronto, close not only doesn't count, it hurts. Fittingly, I guess, Stewart is the winner. His second victory of the playoffs. Led them in wins 3 straight years, took 21 this year. There he is. And just as appropriately, Eckersley saved it. Ricky Henderson scored the game's first run, knocked in the second one. The Oakland A's are the champions of the American League.
Fly ball to left field. Dan Gladden is going back on the track. He makes the catch. And the Minnesota Twins have gone from the cellar to the penthouse in the American League. They won in the toughest division in baseball, beating 3-time defending champion Oakland. Twins have their 3rd pennant in history. Congratulations to the 1991 American League champions. 8-5 is the final score. Aguilera saves 3 of the 4 victories.
Henke now talking to himself out on the mound. High fly ball toward the line in left. Calling for it is Maldonado, and the Blue Jays have finally won the pennant. The weight is finally off of their shoulders, the Toronto Blue Jays. They finally get over the hump on their 4th try. And Canada will be represented in the 1992 World Series. And they're going to be represented by one terrific ball club.
0-2 pitch. Hit in the air to right field. Carter has room. And the Blue Jays are going back to the World Series. Toronto with 3 in the 9th and 3 critical runs because Warren Newsom's leadoff homer in the bottom of the 9th would have been the tying run.
Way to go.
That boy Sully.
Unbelievable. Oh, man.
Buhner grounds one to third. A long throw is in time. And the Cleveland Indians, after a 41-year wait, are in the World Series. In their hearts, they did refuse to lose. But the Indians were an irresistible force this year.
Al, it's been a great year for Cleveland. And we've seen enough of them over the last couple of weeks to realize how great a ball club.
The 2-2 pitch. A bouncer to deep short. Jeter, long throw. Diving is Cal. But he can't get there in time, and the Yankees win the pennant. For the 34th time in team history, but the first time since 1981, the Yankees are in the World Series, and it's the first time that Joe Torre has been to the World Series. Tears in his eyes, and it's not just about baseball. It's about his brother Rocco, his brother Frank, watching from his bed at the Columbia Presbyterian Hospital in New York. His wife Allie, their new baby. About more than 4,000 games in a big league uniform. Always striving for this. And now he's made it. O'Neill, Torre appreciates the gritty effort he gave him. Jeter, the almost certain American League Rookie of the Year. Hayes over from the Pirates. Talk about a change of circumstance. Let's look at the last play. If Cal Ripken is, for many, a symbol of baseball, he's not the fastest runner in the world, but this is symbolic too. A bouncer to deep short. He gives it everything he's got. And he's just out at first base.
Hey, you're right, Bob. I mean, what a way to end this game. The Orioles making a game of it. And as you said, a play by Ripken all out. And they just got him. Tino Martinez, John Wetland. Couldn't make it easy. All right.
The Yankees are in the World Series.
Full count
and now Brady Anderson will go.
Sinking fastball just off the outside corner.
Strike 3 called, and the Indians are headed back to the World Series. Jose Mesa shuts the door on the Orioles here in the 11th, and here in 1997 on a 3-2 pitch called for strike 3.
Alomar thought the ball was inside, was on his way to first base.
A bouncer out in front of the plate. Rivera pounces on it. On to the World Series. Once again, in an historic 1998 season, Frank Sinatra salutes a Yankee victory in the Bronx. From their perspective, 121 down, 4 to go.
The 1-2. Swung on and hit in the air to left field. Spencer toward the line is there. He makes the catch. Ball game over. American League Championship Series over. Yankees win. The Yankees win. And they celebrate on the mound. The bullpen races in, a very happy crew, and don't think they didn't want to win it in Boston. They certainly did.
And Mendoza punched his fist into the air, and he was greeted immediately by Scott Brocious, and they are congregated between second base and the pitcher's mound, all hugging each other. Not wildly, they're not going nuts, because they realize there's another step to go. Joe Torre is now just getting to the mound. They won the division. They won the division series. They won the American League Championship Series, and now what they look for is the World Series. So an amazing run for the Yankees is just one step short right now, and a very, very nice outing in this ALCS, and they win 4-1.
A slow roller, but Martinez doesn't run well. Jeter up with it. Starts spreading the news. New York, New York.
Trying to end it in 5 games. Cameron into right field. Spencer. Yankees, for the 4th year in a row, have a date with the Fall Classic. Torre's wife, Allie. And Joe Torre's mayor.
They are one strike away from the promised land, the Fall Classic in Anaheim. Percival leans in. From a stretch, he delivers, and Prince hits a pop fly. It's Eckstein who's going to catch it. The Angels win it! And the Anaheim Angels are the 2002 American League champions for the first time in the history of the Angels. They're going to the World Series. You have to believe that somewhere up there, Gene Autry, whose picture is hanging in front of the Autry suite here at Edison Field, he has a smile on his face in that picture. He's probably grinning as wide as Texas right now.
In the 8th inning, leading by 3 as Boone hits it to deep left. That might send the Yankees to the World Series. Boone, a hero in Game 7. This would be the 5th pennant for the Red Sox since that 1918 season. Here it is, ground ball to second. Reese, the Boston Red Sox have won the pennant.
They'll spread the news, all right.
The Boston Red Sox earned this celebration here at Yankee Stadium with the biggest comeback in postseason baseball history. Cy Young Award winner, early win.
Ground ball to first. The White Sox have won the pennant.
Jose Contreras goes all 9. And the White Sox are going to the World Series.
Celebrated 22 years ago today as World Series champions. And October the 14th, 2006, the Detroit Tigers are American League champions. Maglio Ordonez, a 3-run home run to win the pennant.
This threat, stay back, right through the zone extension, and let it fly and take a look at it.
No doubt about it. From the crack of the bat, this ball game was over, and what clutch hitting!
Not exactly the location that Houston Street wanted. He wanted to run that fastball in more on the hands. Not enough.
And Houston knew it when he let it go. As soon as it left the bat, and look at Leland, look at the Tigers. What a great scene here at Comerica Park in Detroit. What a wonderful, wonderful story. The Detroit Tigers, American League champions. Who would have thought, Tom Brenneman, starting the season, that we would be here seeing this in this wonderful city of Detroit.
How sweet must this be for Jim Leland? To their second World Series in his 4 years as manager here. Blake into right center field. Chris back to his left, still going, and the Red Sox win the pennant.
What a spot to put this young man.
He made his debut in the major leagues on September 14th at none other than Yankee Stadium.
Did he go? Ball 4, and Bay coaxes a walk, and the tying run potentially to the plate with nobody out. That one on the outside corner. Ground ball to second. Iwamoto's got it. Rays are going to the World Series. Yankees win the pennant.
venture to say we will see 100 miles an hour in this inning before it's over.
On the ground wide of first, Feliz gets over there. Nice play by Moreland. 2 down, 1 out away. The Texas Rangers are American League champions.
In the air, shallow right. The Texas Rangers win the pennant. Second consecutive year.
This is going to do it. Prince Fielder wants it. The Tigers are going to the World Series for the 11th time in franchise history.
Won their division by 5.5 games. And now they won the pennant. It's the third pennant in the last 10 seasons here in Boston. It started in 04 with that come from behind win in the AL.
Router to third, fair ball. Moustakas across. And 29 years of frustration has ended. The Royals are going to the World Series. 8 postseason games, 8 postseason wins. Ned Yost, the first manager in baseball history to go 8-0 in his first 8 postseason games.
2 runs last night, 2 runs today on 2 ground balls and a sac.
Left side, Moustakas. Royals win the pennant. Back-to-back American League pennants for the Kansas City Royals, and off they go to the Fall Classic for a date on Tuesday night here against the New York Mets.
2 strikes. Here it comes. In the air. Foul territory. The Cleveland Indians are going to the World Series.
Deals in the air, deep left field, hit well. Benintendi on the run. He's got it! And the Boston Red Sox are headed to the World Series. The Red Sox will celebrate on the road once again. World Series bound. The 4th trip in the last 15 years, and the first time since 2013, the Red Sox are headed to the World Series.
They beat the great Verlander. This game is about the Rafael Devers 3-run home run and David Price with as good a performance as you're ever going to see.